Hey everyone, Jennifer here, and you're listening to the Black Ops Toy Story show. In this episode, Sully and I talk about how we prepare for travel and taking the business with us on the road. We do reference our eBay rant video from last year, and we talk about a hiking trail mishap. The video links and a link to the trail we tried to follow are in the show notes below. This episode is available on YouTube and YouTube Podcast. All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone. Sully and Jennifer. Here with another Talking Heads video.
Yeah.
About small business.
Yeah.
So we know business, and there's a lot of stuff that we need to do to travel prep when we go on the road, either to toy shows or on vacation, or something to do with the business, something to not do with the business. But the business pretty much always goes with us.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that we need to take care of ahead of time. And this is kind of how we plot our course in regards to
Travel.
Bam.
Right. Okay. So you go first.
So first thing, and we've learned this the hard way many times, is that wherever you go, you have to have access to the internet.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
No matter where it is.
Yeah. So sometimes there's stuff that comes up. Sometimes there's stuff that you got to do and stuff that needs to be done no matter what, because wheels have to keep moving forward. So
yes.
How do you start as far as...
You were going first. That was a nice...
That was a good intro.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that was a nice, woo.
You like that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do I do?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk first? I can.
Yeah, you go first.
So basically, whenever I travel or we travel, there's some stuff that we have to take care of. And in regards to my portion, that's figuring out what's coming in during the dates we're gone, figuring out tracking numbers, when the product's going to show up. And then I am basically telling the guys, hey, this stuff's showing up on this day. This is going to be the priority for the day. And then you're going to move on to X, Y, and Z. We definitely have meetings with the employees, and we say, make sure that you're available at this time, because we're going to have a call, basically a call.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to answer any questions. But when we go on the road, I have to take care of the product that's incoming.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my deal.
Yeah.
And then when on the road, do I talk more about that?
Oh, sure. You can.
So when I'm on the road, typically communication schedule is in the morning. I typically wake up and I'm answering any questions and shooting any information that I have over to the guys at the office and setting up the day and asking what's going on, what are we doing, what are these numbers, any questions on email, that type of deal.
Mm.
And then throughout let's just say we take a week, throughout the week, product comes in, Byron will take it and break it apart if I'm not there. And we'll have to go over it as far as how to list it and price point and stuff like that. And then he typically makes the listings. I check over the photos, make sure that the gear's in the correct spot, make any corrections, price it, and then I'll activate it. And that's typically from the road. And that could be any time mail shows up, different times of the day. So
yeah,
that's my main goal.
Yeah.
With the office.
Yeah. So you go through the warehouse and pull things and make sure that they know, here's things to reload.
Yep.
We have this new stuff coming in.
Yep.
And then also one thing that I was just thinking of when you were talking is time zone stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good.
We've been a day ahead, a half a day behind.
Yeah.
We've been in a lot of different time zones. So we have to modify sort of our day around the guys at the warehouse.
Right.
And make sure that we could be having what is their morning meeting for us that is the next day.
Right. 5 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's, and you have price product in a car.
In a car.
On a plane.
On a plane.
Yeah. And what's that? Dr. Seuss with green eggs and ham.
With green eggs and ham, I am.
Yep.
Yeah.
On a train.
Done it everywhere.
Have you
even upside down on a roller coaster?
Yeah. Yeah. So I do lots of different things.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of hats that we take with us.
Right. I do. So beforehand, I usually 2 or 3 weeks before we go anywhere, if we, whatever, I plan out the filming schedule. The last time we were gone for 3 weeks. We went to San Diego Comic-Con, Disneyland, and then we spent about 2 weeks in Utah. In various places, mostly hiking and stuff. But I knew that we needed videos for Patreon, build videos. We needed videos on
unboxings.
Yes.
Seuss videos.
Straight out of storage. If you're not like in the know, Seuss stands for
Seuss.
straight out of storage. And then there was just one other one that came to, these videos. And the artist of the month, because we added that. And so in adding that, it's actually, more stuff that I have to do. But I've got to make sure that we have all kinds of videos done, especially in this last trip, because we were gone a long time. We did a whole build on a Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon so that I could take all 4 or 5 parts of it, edit them out, and put them up on Patreon first. I had to go through the YouTube schedule and make sure that we had things enough to fill in. So that's like one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, the filming schedule ahead of time is pretty much a solid day to a day and a half of just filming. Yeah. And that's all the videos that we need to stack up and have ready to process before we go on a trip.
Yeah. If it's a week, we don't necessarily need to do that much. But for like longer trips like that, we definitely needed to get a bunch of things done.
And then coming back, guess what?
Oh my gosh, so much filming.
Like
this right here.
Yeah.
We've been back for
3 days.
No, I think we've been back for not even a week. We were driving back this time last week. Yeah. But we started filming last Thursday. We filmed unboxing straight out of storage. On Friday, we did a build. And now we're doing these. Yeah, lots of filmmaking. So the other thing that we do and I do is we have a cloud service where I can just dump bunches of stuff that I think I'm going to need in the cloud. So that's videos, it's documents, spreadsheets, although we have spreadsheets mostly in the cloud already because they're shared. I also go through all the emails. I put up autoresponders specifically for you because you get a lot of emails. Just saying. And then, I put a bunch of stuff on Dropbox. I get my laptop out. I turn it on. I make sure everything's updated. And then I make sure and download all that stuff off the cloud and that it's on the laptop, like physically on, because if we're on a plane, then I can do stuff on the plane.
And make sure that you update your laptop whenever you are on the ground and have accurate Wi-Fi.
Or have it plugged in. Have it plugged in.
Because if you take it on the road and all of a sudden we're in the car and it says you need to update your Windows, whatever, it could be like 4 hours.
Sometimes I can't help that though.
No, I know. It's an automatic push, but I'm just saying whenever you get the chance, update your laptop, make sure that it's up to date before you take it on the road.
Yeah. One time mine started to update as I was closing it down at an airport to get on a plane. And it said, don't turn off. Yes. So, and then I also am the queen of making lists. I make lists.
She makes lists.
I make a lot of lists.
Big lists.
I make lists of things we need to do at home. I make lists of things we need to do for the dog. I make lists of things we need to do for the business. I bring a notebook with me that's a travel notebook that I carry around and that keeps us on track. And on that notebook, anything that we need to do when we get back.
Yep.
I write that down.
Yeah. And you're in constant communication with Jensen, who does a lot of the social media stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're constantly like on the road, you're editing videos, you're checking newsletters, you're doing a lot of stuff. So banners, but it's not something that you can just put down, walk away from and not.
No, we don't have that. We don't have that option. Like, I mean, I've often thought, wouldn't it be so nice to work for a company where, I just like log out on a Friday.
You don't have to take it with you.
I don't have to take it with me at all. And I can really, really be on a vacation. But this last trip, we had fun. Yep. But there were plenty of times where we got up, we went and did something like hiking and almost died. Hiking. And then
it did. Almost died. 115 degrees.
I was 108.
Snow Canyon, Utah, St. George.
Yeah, it was rough.
You want to talk
about it? No. Because it was my fault.
Oh, sorry.
So we go and do stuff like that. And then we go back and then we're like, we're tired. or we're hungry or whatever, but we have to work.
There's a lot of stuff that comes in through the day. We got to work through.
Yeah. And we share my laptop. You don't have your own.
No.
You don't carry one.
I don't carry a laptop in my back pocket.
Nope. So is there anything else you can think of that we do to get ready for, like...
I think you should talk about the almost dying.
Okay. I was just going to say, like, if we go away camping for a weekend, we don't really do a lot of prep. But we still always have to
be connected.
Yeah. So we glamp more than we camp so that we have Wi-Fi.
And we have toilets.
Right. That's important.
It's important.
Yep.
So let's talk about the...
Oh, almost dying?
Yeah.
Are we really going to tell the story of almost dying?
Let's just tell it.
Okay, so it was the Scout Cave, so Snow Canyon. St. George, Utah, Snow Canyon State Park. If anybody wants to like reference this location and pull it up on Google Maps. Mm-hmm. We were trying to do, if you like all trails or any kind of hiking app, there's a Scout Cave, and I can't remember the name of the canyon, Petroglyph Canyon? Something like that. And the
Snow Canyon.
Well, Snow Canyon was a state park, but we were going to like a little slot canyon with a tree growing in the middle of it and petroglyphs carved in the stone, which we actually never made it there. But
sure.
The hike itself was 10.9 miles, which we could do, but in 100-degree heat, maybe not so much. Mm-hmm. And so I went online and I found this guy from Utah who talked about parking on the side of a road. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of go up a hill under a fence, which isn't, like private property, I don't know. There was a farm there that we walked by as we were escaping.
So we stopped on the freeway.
It was a highway.
It was a highway.
We stopped the car. We're the only car.
And if canyon goes like this, let's just call it an oval.
And we were trying to go.
We were trying to go from the freeway over the desert and cut 5 miles off.
Oh, more than 5 miles.
More than 5 miles off to get into this canyon.
Yeah. So we will hike up and up and up. We come along. We do see the fence, which is fantastic.
We saw the fence. We
got through the fence. And then we kept walking, and I had my app open, and I knew where the trail was. And we just had to walk in a certain direction until we got to the trail. The problem was it was 108 degrees.
115.
It was 108.
It was 115, I'm pretty sure.
And we were walking up, and there was no shade.
Of sand, in sand.
No trail.
No trail.
And I kept saying, we just need to go a little farther this way and a little farther this way. And I tell you, the trail we were trying to get to just seemed to get farther and farther away.
Blazing hot.
So hot.
Everybody had camelbacks. I had water bottles. I had ice.
We were so sweaty.
Yeah. My ice bottles were totally melted. Yeah. And this is like being out in like less than an hour.
Yeah, we weren't even a mile. I mean, honestly, we were trying to do like 2.5 miles of the 11-mile trail. And we weren't even up. We threw the fence. Here's the thing is we stopped and we were like sucking wind, drinking our water.
Should we keep going?
Right. So we did a little farther. It's a little farther. We kept going.
It's right around the corner.
And then we get to this point where we're kind of hiding under this little scrubby tree, drinking water. And I can see the trail. Like I can see the cairns, the rock stones of marking the trail. Like there's the trail. But we were like, we had to make that decision. Like, if we go find the trail and keep walking, can we make it back? And we
came to, Brian Lowy was with us.
Yeah.
And we came to the decision. We're like, if we keep going, we're not making it out.
We're not making it out. It was too hot. It was just more than we anticipated.
More than we anticipated. There was no shade.
Yeah.
Blazing sun. This is like noon.
And we'd only been there, I think, like 2 days. So acclimating to the altitude we were in rough shape. So we turned around and this guy right here with his legs, he took off. So he
left them there.
He did.
I'm like, good luck.
And he took off. We walked along. We found the fence, like the T of the fence, and it went kind of by a farm. And then we found what looked like an old ATV road or a motorcycle road or something. We got on that and we walked it until I could see the pin where the car was. And then we still had to go up and over that big hill. You just took off. And Loie and
I would have come back for you.
Right. And followed behind you. And when I made it to the car, like me personally, when I got to the car and there was like some shade from the car, my vision went black. I almost passed out.
Yeah. Yeah. We were so dehydrated, like so just dripping wet and just we felt really, really lucky that we turned around.
Right. Because if we had kept going, I think we were a 911 call away from, that was rough.
So good news. We made it.
We made it. We're alive. We're alive.
And learn some lessons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's a dry heat. It's still freaking hot.
It was.
It's not real.
Yeah.
That was like blazing hot.
Yeah. That was like a Thursday or Friday too. We came back and had to like totally
shower.
Yeah. And
throw away our clothes.
It was a lot.
It was gross.
So, okay. So that's a nice side journey on our discussion of how we prep for travel, owning a small business.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. I think.
And now you know.
Yeah. I mean, anybody out there who owns a small business, you take it with you. These are just some of the things that we do and have to do. And we split the tasks. I do what I'm good at. You do what you're good at.
Right.
And I don't, I know you're going to get stuff done. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get my stuff done.
Have we ever had any crisis happen when we're on the road?
Only once.
Well,
once that I can think of. When we had the old website that I maintained all the code in the database for.
This is just terrible.
It was December 31st. And it was like 2000 and I want to say 2009 or 10. Oh, it was, so they updated their variables, their shipping information, a bunch of code the USPS did. And all of a sudden on New Year's Eve, our shipping stopped working. Mm-hmm. And I was at my dad's. We were at my dad's in Vegas. And I don't think we even had a laptop. I don't think I had a laptop, did I?
I don't remember.
I don't think I had a laptop because we weren't really doing that kind of thing back then. I didn't have a laptop. Anyway, I had to download this program on my dad's computer. I had to download FTP on my dad's computer. I had to download some other stuff on his computer. I had to go through, I had to download the code from the website. I had to change a whole bunch of stuff. I had to upload it. I had to test it. I had to make sure it worked. And it didn't work. And I spent 3 hours fixing that until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because basically all orders couldn't come through. Because the shipping program didn't work.
That's the only real crisis that I
have some.
Think of. Go for it. No.
How many times have we gone on a trip and then somebody quits?
Oh, yeah. At least twice.
Yeah.
Twice or 3 times. Yeah, a couple years ago, we were on a trip and someone who'd worked for you for 3.5, 4 years just up and left on a Friday with an email notice. We went camping last year and someone gave their notice while we were camping last year. And then, there was one other time we were in China. No. So, yeah. So those are not fun for you because those are the people that you have to work with more than anything. Yeah.
And then just know that when you go on the road, something always seems to happen. It's stuff that normally happens on a day-to-day basis, but you're able to handle it because you're in your environment and you can answer questions better. You can make calls better, stuff like that. But something always happens on the road. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's never you're going to sail away and it's going to be all roses.
Yeah. Not if you own your own company, for sure. The other one I could just think of was your eBay store last year was turned off for 7 days while we were on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you depend on income from certain income streams. And then something goes where you have no control over it and it's not your fault. Yeah. In my opinion, we didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. So we've done multiple videos about that, but yes.
Yeah, you could check those out, the eBay rant videos.
Yeah.
We definitely did a couple of those because that wasn't fun. Yeah, I guess.
What have we learned? Getting upset doesn't do anything.
There's a lot of things we can't control.
Yeah.
And getting upset over things we can't control and trying to manage them, control them, do anything get angry at them doesn't change anything. Yeah. All we can really do is be okay, this thing happened. What do we do about it? What decision do we make? And after that,
make a decision. Move
what's
on.
the next decision and move on? Yeah. Because we can do all this stuff. Like you can break down tons of figures. You can manage the warehouse. I can do lots of videos. I mean, we can do all kinds of things, but there's almost always something that comes up that is, yeah.
Part of life.
Part of life.
Yeah.
All right. So this video is going to be released on YouTube and YouTube podcast. I still don't know what that means. YouTube podcast, but we're going to go with it. And so if you like this or know somebody who owns a small business who might like this, please share this video, like this video, hit the notification bell, post about it on your social media, just share it.
Just share the show.
And just share the show.
Like Tony Merkel says.
Right, because that's the best way to help the show grow.
There you go.
Share the show.
Bam.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. If you like this episode, please share the show. Share it on your social media and share it with your friends. We don't really care how you share it, just share the show. Until next time.